Alright, so before this video begins, I do want to clarify and point something out real quick. If you take a look in the top right corner, you're going to see that I'm an 81 overall right now, and I have 35 skill points, despite only being through 2 games of the season. That's because I decided that I really just was not having fun with playing the Road to Glory. Quite honestly, it was just so frustratingly difficult to get anything going, being slow, inaccurate, and having no arm power, added with the fact that I didn't have a competent O-line or receivers that could catch the ball. So what I decided to do was restart as a 5-star in high school, and I simmed through the entire first year of my career at Western Kentucky because it started in the year that I redshirted originally. So what that means is I do have stats from last year, and that's where most of my skill points came from. But we are not going to use any of those skill points, and we're not going to count that previous year as part of the Road to Glory. So essentially, we're only going to have 3 years to play instead of 4, but that was really the plan anyways, as I was going to port this over to Madden after my junior year. So we're going to get the same amount of gameplay. It's just going to be a little off from where we ended last episode. There were also some small changes to the schedule. So it's FCS West now instead of FCS East or Northwest or Northeast or whatever it was. Still have Ball State, Miami, Jacksonville State. But we do have Appalachian State instead of Rice, which is a fine change, I think. That's not going to change too much. We're still on the road for that game like we would have normally been. And I believe every other game stayed the same as well. But like I said, I really just was not having fun playing the game. So I decided to do this so that hopefully the gameplay is a little more entertaining and I'm not wanting to bang my head against a wall every time I play, because honestly it got to a point where I just wasn't having fun and I didn't even really want to record this series anyways. Also, part of what led me to this decision was the fact that I lost footage from my games against Miami of Ohio and half of my game against Jacksonville State in the original save. So I figured that it was just the right time to try and fix it anyways, become a little bit higher overall, and have better gameplay so that we can create better content and I can have a better experience. So again, I apologize because the continuity is not going to be great, but hopefully it creates a better series. I'm still hoping to have this whole series wrapped up in about 15 episodes, 4 for each regular season and then 1 for each playoff. So that should come out to about 15 episodes, and then we'll continue this in Madden Superstar mode. But I just wanted to explain that real quick. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. I'll see you in the next one. Alright, back at home, playing Miami of Ohio this time. Look, a rough loss at Ball State means that we need to get our win. We need to be able to seal the deal in this game and take advantage of the mistakes that the other team makes as we get a huge run and then lose the ball. Our lineman picks it up! Oh my goodness, down to the 26. Are you kidding me? And they're reviewing it to see if I was down. I don't think I was. Oh, I might have been. It's going to be close. So they do end up overturning it, which means we're only at the 45, as I get very lucky on that throw to get near a first down. Honestly, I thought that ball was about to get intercepted. Very happy it didn't. So we have 2nd and inches now. Can we fit that ball in? It's overthrown. Just not the type of play you can have there, but we're going to go with a QB blast and hope that it works. It will, and we get the first down. Just got to keep the ball moving. Let's see. I think we're going to have our tight end, but if not, we'll have our curl on the right. We had him, but I couldn't get the ball off. Just very unfortunate not being able to throw the ball or get much time in the pocket. This time I just rolled right into the pressure. I'll have to throw this one away before we lose yards. Fortunately, I can only blame myself for this 3rd down, but hopefully we can get something here. We should have him. We do. First down. Stuttered a little bit at the end of that last clip. Was trying to say first down at the 7. We get a yard on the inside handoff to the running back. So we're at the 6 now, and we've got a touchdown pass to open this game. Our defense gets a stop again, so we have the ball. 4:21 left in the first quarter. Gonna try and hit our running back, and we're not gonna get it. That's all right, though. I wasn't expecting to get that completion right there. 2nd and 10, though. We need to have it on this one, and we should have it to our tight end. We do, and that is going to get us down to the 33. That's just what we need to keep doing. High percentage throws, high percentage plays. That's what will ultimately end up winning us this game. We're going to go out to the tight end in the flat, and it gets batted. Here we go. I'm reading our comeback route on the right the entire way. We should have it, but we get hit. And that seems like that's going to be a problem we face no matter how good we are, is our O-line just not stepping up for us. We are going to take off. We're going to try and cut inside. We will, but then for whatever reason, it doesn't let me go back towards the middle. I can't lie, that was a frustrating way to end that drive, but our defense once again gets a stop, so we should have our tight end here, and we will. We were just short of the first down marker after that last play, but a halfback dive got us the yard, so that's incomplete. Another inside handoff gets us 2 yards. So 3rd and intermediate. We should have our tight end, but again, the pressure gets home. And I feel like I just got to do a better job of getting that ball out earlier. I mean, I know what my O-line is. I know that it's not going to be the greatest thing in the world. Can I get the ball off? I won't. And that is extremely frustrating because I pressed that button much sooner than that to throw the ball, and it just did not register. But we will have the first down here, so we kind of make up for it and get a lot more. So that was the end of the first quarter. Second quarter underway now. We're going to take a deep shot to the end zone immediately, and it's underthrown. Oh man, I thought that ball was going to be overthrown. I cannot believe that it was underthrown. We're going to try and get something with this option, and we will. A good gain of 7 makes this 3rd down extremely manageable. If we need to, we can take off and feel pretty good about getting it, but we don't have to, and we get a first down through the air. And that's more of what I got to do, is I just got to trust myself to make these throws. They're going to be tightly covered. That's just how it is. This team is much better than us. But we're going to take off right here. We're going to get some blocks, and we're going to slide down inside the red zone for, I believe, only the 2nd time today. So we got to come away with something here. I thought we might have the comeback. I'm not sure if we would have. So here we go. We're going to have our running back, though, who's wide open, and he's going to get us close. So 2nd and inches now. Just need to be careful with the ball. Don't turn it over in this spot. Gonna roll out immediately. We're gonna have a wide open receiver, and that's our 2nd touchdown of the day. And I'm feeling pretty good right now. We're up 14-0. Still have 6 minutes left in the half. We're gonna take a deep shot once again. That might be underthrown still. It will be, and it's incomplete. I'll be honest, I was not expecting that play to result in very much. Still a little disappointed for sure, but can't complain. It was double covered as we get 7 yards. Here we go. We're going to run this verticals play with a bubble screen option, but we might not need it. Can that be caught? It will. 21-0. And with how this game is going so far, we might end up getting pulled at halftime just so that we don't get injured. We're not going to get much there. Obviously, that is the goal, to win by so much that we don't need to play the second half, especially after the loss to Ball State, but we're going to be sacked. Not what we needed there, so now we have to try and find a way to get 25 yards. Do we have our tight end? We do, but he's short. The correction to that last play, that was not our tight end, that was our receiver, but either way, short of the line to gain. Can we hit him again? We will. He'll get 6 yards. So we're just going to try and get downfield in this 2-minute drive. 2-minute drill, I should say. We'll have our tight end for a first down. The clock stops until we get to the line. So here we go. I'm going to read this outside go ball the whole way. That's going to go to the end zone. Can we hit him in stride? We can't. Unfortunate that we couldn't hit him on that throw. We did hand the ball off. It only got 2 yards. So now 3rd and 8. We're going to try and hit our running back on the run. We do, but he's short. So even though we didn't score there, Miami didn't either. So we start with the ball this half. which is exactly where we want to be. And yeah, unfortunately, I think that's just how the rest of this game is going to go. Either barely getting the ball off or not really being able to do much with it. Hopefully not the case, as that one goes incomplete, but there's a flag. So it ended up being pass interference on the defense, so we get a free 15 yards and a fresh set of downs. Pretty nice there, as we're going to have our receiver wide open, and he's going to get a huge play for us. Flipping the field there, we're down to the 24. We're going to snap this ball quickly. We're going to roll out. We're not going to have anything, so we're going to drop further back and just throw it away. It looks like I started creating a little bit of separation at the end there, so maybe we could have looped back to get something, but I'm just not sure. Here, we've got a lot of running room. Can we get to the end zone? We won't. Still a phenomenal play there. We just ran out of gas. So here's the read option. We're going to hand it off, and we are short. So here we go. 2nd and goal from the 2. Either one of our slants could be open or our bubble. We're just going to have to see. Neither one open, and that's stuff. So now in a precarious spot without hot routes, we're going to have to figure out where to throw this ball. We have him open over the middle, and that's our 4th touchdown pass of the game. We are having a beautiful bounce back game after the loss to Ball State. We have to roll out quickly. We're going to try and throw it, but again, it didn't register. So that's going to go as a loss of 8 on a sack. And that's just infuriating, man. This game just doesn't register my clicks sometimes. And I know I shouldn't be blaming the game for my mistakes, but it's just annoying sometimes, man, when I'll very clearly click the button and it just won't register, but we deliver a dime there under pressure. So, with another first down, we're going to try and hit circle, and we're just... What the heck just happened? We're going to have to take a look at that highlight after the game is over. That is the weirdest pick I have thrown in this game. I'm still in shock, honestly. I didn't know what to do on that play because I was still thinking about the interception. But we're going to hit our tight end and we'll drop it. Can't be having drops like that, especially in this stage of the game. We gotta have positive plays, or else we could still lose, and we just hit our receiver in the face, and he didn't catch it. Our fans are starting to get extremely frustrated, and I don't blame them because we started off very hot, but we've slowed down. But here we go, a big run down to the 44. So here we go, first down after that huge run. We're going to take a shot downfield. Can we hit him? We will, and we have our 5th passing touchdown of the day. And look, I know that the completion percentage isn't pretty. I know that interception wasn't pretty, but who cares? We have 5 passing touchdowns. And look, passing touchdowns are very important after not having any, I'm pretty sure, against Ball State. We're going to take a dangerous throw there, and it's going to go incomplete. We can split hairs on whether that was a good decision or not. I personally didn't hate it, and we're going to get sacked. And I mean, when your guard just doesn't pick up the pressure, that's going to happen. Here, I just held the ball too long, but we have a lot of running room, and we are going to get the first down anyways. That run put us over 100 yards rushing for the game to pair with our 316 passing yards. Here, do we have anything? We do not. Unfortunate that we couldn't make anything out of that play, but you're not always going to have a huge play. That's something I just have to be okay with. But here we go. We break away. Do we have enough? We do. And that's a rushing touchdown on the night as well. Alright, so we ended up running out the clock the rest of the way. We did get the win. It was 42-23, so a very dominant win for us. Taking a look at the stats, we had 316 passing yards, 5 touchdowns, and 1 pick that honestly was kind of stupid, but it's alright. We also had 140 yards on the ground and a rushing touchdown, so a very good game. We ended up earning 2 skill points, so I don't think that's enough to upgrade our player in anything. No, it is not, and I don't think it's even enough to buy any of the physical abilities. So we're just going to go ahead and jump into our next game against Jacksonville State. Alright, it's a new day, but We're playing our Jacksonville State game right now. We should have our running back, and we do. We're going to be short. So here we go. Crucial third down after our defense gave us great starting field position. We're going to take off to the right side, and we're going to have a first down and way more. I'm going to try and hurdle this guy, and it's not going to go well. But we did what we had to do on that down. Now we're inside the red zone. Let's see if anything opens up. We have the slant. We're going to get close. 1 yard to go for a first down. Actually, that looks like less than a yard. Got a screen here. We should get the first down, but we're not going to. In fact, I think he got back to the line of scrimmage, but nothing else past that. We're just going to try a QB blast here, and we're going to get the first down. We are going to get to the 3. Here we go, first and goal. I'm going to try another slip screen here. This time with some blockers, our running back gets in, and we're on the board. All right, so their second drive took the entire rest of the first quarter. So second quarter here, we're going to hit the outside. We're going to outrun the big man, and we're going to get to the 42. Athletic players are what we need, and I think we're going to have Mbakwe open on the left side. We're not going to, but we are not going to get that off. And an incompletion right there was the best thing we could have had. I think if I get that ball off, it gets intercepted. This time a mesh concept, we're going to hit our tight end. We'll be about 2 yards, 3 yards away. It's 3rd and 3 once again. We're going to look at another mesh concept with a receiver in motion. He's going to sit down. He was open, but I'm going to take the drag instead, and he drops it. Well, that was a rough decision there by me, but our defense gets a stop. We get good starting field position once again. This time rolling out was a mistake as I lose 12 yards. And I was able to break away at the end, but I was too close to the boundary for it to matter. We're going to take a one-on-one deep shot to our outside receiver, and we're going to hit him, and we're going to score again. Our defense does give up a touchdown there, but it's all right. We're starting from the 27, and we've got a chance to score as there's a first down. We still have the 2-minute warning. We're going to escape. We're going to have a wide open receiver. He's going to get down to the 32. So here we go. We're going to try and get one more play off before the 2-minute warning. We will. We're going to have a drag, and he might have enough room. He won't, but down to the 10. So with a minute 56 remaining in the half, just got to be smart with the football. No sacks, no fumbles, no picks. We should have a wide open receiver, and we do. They drove right back before the half ended and got a field goal. So it's an 8-point game. I'm going to send Mbakwe on a go route, and we're going to see if he can make the contested grab over the DB. Let's see, what do we got here? We have a completion. We're going to take the timeout. I am shocked he made that play, but now with 16 seconds left at the 16, we are in very good position. I'm going to roll out here. I'm going to hit the tight end, and we're going to score again before the half ends. 4 touchdowns in the first half is some Patrick Mahomes type stuff. But here we go. We're going to go read option for the first play of the second half, and we're going to get blown up. I got a gain of 1 yard there. So decent pickup. I'm going to take off here. We had a wide open gap, and I'm going to get to midfield before being taken down. A big gain there of what I believe was about 21 yards. So second down, quick pressure, but we're going to get it off fading back, and we're going to get the first down. And I just did a quick check. We are still on Heisman, so the game should be just as difficult. Again, my player is a higher overall instead now. But here we go, second down after an incompletion. We're going to go to our tight end. He's going to have a first down. He's going to be out at the 17. So here we go, first down. We're going to have a wide open drag. He could get to the end zone. He won't. But on first and goal, we're going to go to a tight end screen here. He just has to make a play, but he's going to lose yards. So here we go. We're going to go play action here. I'm going to change some routes here. So here we go. Play fake. And nothing's open, and we're going to be sacked. That was a loss of 11. Third and goal. We need to have it here. What do we got? Well, I'm just going to dump it off, and we're going to settle for a field goal. Apparently, we did not get that field goal, so it's still 28-13, but we get the ball at midfield to start. I'm going to try and hit my receiver, and it's going to be picked off on the deflection. Our defense does its job though, gets us the ball back at our 34-yard line. I just sent our outside receiver on a go ball that he won't be open for, and I'm going to get sacked again. Just took too long through my progressions. Can't do anything about it. We're going to go read option here, and I'm going to take off, and we're going to get 6 yards. But now it's a third and a Walmart parking lot, so we need to have something big here. Hopefully this go ball will be open. I don't believe it is. I'm going to instead throw it to my tight end, but I get hit. And Jacksonville State took advantage of my mistake there, scoring a touchdown. So now we need to have at least a field goal on this drive. And we're going to hit our receiver in stride, and he's going to take it all the way down to the 23-yard line. And that's the type of big play that we needed. We're going to go with a wide receiver screen or throw it quickly to Wells. We're going to see what the defense does. We're going to have the slant wide open and another first down. We just got to keep chipping away at this defense. I've got to read this defensive back. I'm not going to be able to with this camera angle. I'm going to try and hit the outside and not get anything. So a big third down once again. I'm going to have to roll out immediately. Let's see what I can make out of this one right here. Can I get positive yardage? I will not. I'm going to lose 6. And we're going to have to settle for a field goal attempt again. Our kicker did end up making the field goal that time. So after the touchdown by Jacksonville State, it's a 5-point game. I'm going to throw to Mbakwe no matter what on this play right here. I'm hit as I throw, and it's picked off. And that could be game-changing. Somehow our defense steps up, makes the stop. So now, 1st and 10 from my own 13. Got a minute 21 left. We need to get a first down to end it, and we're going to be just short. Here we go. 2nd and inches to end the game. Going to go with a speed option here. Let's see what we got. Can I hit the outside? We will, and we get the first down, and that should be the game. And it does end up ending the game for us. So we win 31-26 at home over Jacksonville State. And now we get ready for a road win, or road appearance, my apologies, against Appalachian State. Before we can take on App State, we're going to have to do a class presentation all by ourselves because Chad here is just a lazy, lazy boy. So our GPA goes up, but we lose a lot of energy that we could have used to up our leadership. All right, so here we go. We're hopping into the game against Appalachian State, and it's a rainy one here, so it's going to be rough to throw the ball, and they scored first, so we're going to have to be smart with the ball here. No stupid decisions, no stupid mistakes, but here we go, a big run on first down. That was a pickup of 18 for us. That's exactly what we need to start the game. Open up the run so that the pass game can open up, and our receiver holds on and gets a gain of 7. We're going to go right back to the passing game here. The play action. Let's see. So here's the play fake. We're going to have to roll out very quickly. We're going to get the first down and more, but we're going to get hawked down at the 40-yard line. Number 7 was hauling his behind to get to me there. Gotta respect the effort. Going to try and hit the running back in stride who will hold on for a first down. So here we go. We're going to keep going to the air until they can stop us from doing it. But it doesn't look like they will, as I'm going to take off to scramble again and get close to the first down. That's going to open up the triple option for us. Outside rusher is on a blitz, so we're going to keep the ball. Then I'm going to pitch it, and we're maybe going to get it. I can't tell no. We end up losing about 3 yards there. So 3rd and 3, a big third down here in enemy territory, and we're going to drop the ball. But we are going to get to go for it on 4th down. So here we go. I like the play call here. 4th and 3. I'm going to roll out. I'm going to have a wide open, nothing but grass in front of me, and we're going to score to strike back. Our defense gets a stop, so it's still tied at 7 apiece. And on that last drive, I had more rushing yards than I had passing yards. So going to try and make a little bit of a change on this drive as we get 7 there. And honestly, I don't know if we need to change what we're doing on offense. If rolling out like this keeps the play alive and ends up working for us, that's incomplete. But like I was saying, as we get the ball back here in enemy territory, If rolling out and running the ball is going to work for us, we're going to keep doing it as we have a completion for a first down to the 19. So it looks like they're just going to have to respect the fact that I could run, I could throw, I could hurdle them on a run. I'm going to throw to circle here, and we're going to get a gain of 5. That was certainly not the smartest throw of all time, especially given the weather conditions, but I had to go ahead and make the play as I'm going to get a couple yards there. So another big third down here for us. I'm surprised I was even able to turn that into a positive play, but our tight end's going to be wide open, and we're going to get another 7 points on the board. Once again, our defense comes up big for us. So we're going to go with a read option to start the drive, and we're going to have a lot of room to run. And if we can beat out 18, we won't. We're down to the 22. We just weren't fast enough to get away from him, which does suck, but we're going to go with a read option again. We're going to keep it again. This time we're going to cut inside. This time we're fast enough, and we're going to score on the ground. Here we go. At halftime, we have 56 passing yards and 121 rushing yards. All of that from me. So we're a little bit more of a running back than a quarterback today. But that doesn't matter as long as we win. So we're going to start through the air in the second half. We're going to get under pressure pretty quickly, and we don't get it off. Sometimes that's going to happen. Under pressure again. Didn't get there that quickly, and I'm going to just lob it, and that's caught. And what a catch. That is clearly a possession, and the feet were down. I think that's going to say upheld. So they do uphold the call. So it's 1st and 10 at the 43. What a play from our receiver to make that catch on the sideline. Here I'm going to lose a yard. They seem to be keyed in on the fact that I'm just going to be rolling out a lot. So looks like we're going to have to stand in the pocket and deliver a strike, which we do right there. And we're going to get down to the 38. Here we go on the first down. We're going with a halfback slip screen, which is not going to go anywhere. So after that throw for a first down and a loss of 1 on a slip screen, we've got 2nd and 11 here. And I'm going to try and hit the tight end, and he's going to make the catch for a first down. That was a gutsy catch by the tight end right there, whose last name I wish I could pronounce. Here, I'm just going to have to keep running backwards. I'm going to have to throw it away, and it's going to get intercepted, and it's going to get returned for a touchdown. A disastrous mistake, and App State is still in it. They missed the PAT, but that is not what's on my mind right now, so we get a gain of 8. What is on my mind is we could have been in the Heisman conversation, but honestly, after these boneheaded mistakes, I don't think we will be. But that's what comes with being a young quarterback in college. 3rd and 2, we gotta have it here. We're gonna throw another interception, and it might get returned again unless we can cut him off, and we will. So after that interception, they take the lead after a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. So I'm down by 3 now. We're going to have to get downfield and respond. But we can't do that with incompletions. So 2nd and 10 here. We got to find whoever's open, and it's going to be no one for us. So we're going to take off. We're going to slide down after we hit the first. And every play has to be called with intention at this point. We can't just be calling things for no reason other than our own ego. Here, I'm just going to throw it away, and there's going to be a flag, and it's going to be intentional grounding because it didn't get back to the line. So now it's 2nd and 36, and we honestly may as well just call it for the drive because I don't see anything happening, and we get sacked. It has been a disastrous second half for us. So we are down by 12 all of a sudden after leading by 11. So not what we want to see there. We're going to throw on the run. We're going to hit our receiver, who's going to get out of bounds at the 45. 1st and 10 now. Got to keep getting downfield. Got to make the right reads. Going to dump it off to our running back, who's going to have the first down to the 42. Not sure how I managed to get that ball off under such harsh pressure, but that one we don't. So clock stops at 13 seconds. Gonna have to just keep making the right reads on every play. We're gonna try and fit that in. We will. He stays on his feet, and he's down to the 23. So that play ended the 3rd quarter. 4th quarter now, in crunch time. Gonna have to make something happen here as we hit the drag, and we're gonna get a gain of 6. So here we go, 2nd and 4. We're gonna go to a read option here. We need to make the right read. No loss of yards on this one, and we're going to get blown up behind the line. 3rd and 5 here. We need to have it. I'm going to throw our receiver on a curl, the outside, as our other receiver comes in motion. We're going to try and hit him. He's going to make the catch, but he's not going to get the first down. Doesn't matter to our coach, though, as he's going to let us go for it. So here we go. 4th and 2. We're 1 for 1 on the night on 4th down. Here we're going to hit our receiver in stride, and he's out at the 4. So we stay alive. We need to get it into the end zone on this play, though, to try and preserve as much time as possible. We're going to go to the running back, and he's going to score. And our defense makes a stop for us. So 1st and 10 at the 9. Only down by 5. Need to keep being smart with the football. Can't take a safety, so we're going to roll out, and we are going to have a lot of room ahead of us. Can we hurdle? We will, and we're down to the 46. And a big chunk play like that is exactly what we needed. Here we go. 1st down again. We're going to hit a receiver on the run, and he's going to drop it. And we just can't be having drops like that, but that was on me. I didn't lead him enough on the pass. So I will take full accountability for that. But that should be caught, and it is for a 1st down. Alright, so after a gain of 5 for my running back on his first touch of the game, got 2nd and 5 at the 39. We're going to have the curl open, but it's batted. And missing that could be the deciding factor in this game. We're going to have the drag over the middle and a 1st down. Bailed out by our receiver there, being able to get just enough separation. Going to go in motion on the outside. I'm going to roll out, going to hit square here. We're going to have 8 yards. We're going to run one more play here before the 2-minute warning. As long as this ball is complete, I'm going to throw it, and it's going to be caught. We're going to get the 1st down. We did let the clock run all the way to the 2-minute warning. So on 1st and 10, 2 minutes remaining, we're going to hit the tight end, but it'll drop it. Honestly, I don't even know if I can blame him for that drop. He got hit pretty hard there. So 2nd and 10, we're going to go to the drag, and we're only going to get 2. 2 yards, not good enough for us. We need a touchdown on this drive. So we need all 8 either on this play or in the next 2. We're going to try and get it to our receiver who's going to make the play. So we're going hurry up now. We're going to go triple option. We need to make the right read. Here we go. Can we get the snap off? We will. We're going to keep it ourselves. We're going to hit the outside, and we're going to take the lead on a QB keep. And coach is going to have us go for 2 to go up by 3 points. So here we go. We need to make the right read. We're going to have a lot of pressure in our face, but our running back going to be wide open on his own, and we're up by 3 points. Our defense does allow a field goal to score, so now we're just going to try and take a shot to the end zone. Going to get everyone either on a go or on a post that will take them to the end zone. Going to put it right there, so here we go. We're going to try and throw it up. It's going to be picked off. Oh, no. Can't we stop him from returning it? It's going to be a game-winning pick 6. I am in disbelief at what just happened. We could have just run the ball, but we didn't, and we're going to lose the game on a pick 6. I cannot believe it. We do end up winning the Conference Player of the Week for Conference USA, but I don't think we deserve it. We single-handedly lost that game for our team, and despite the 2 touchdowns, we had 3 picks that ended up costing us. So Western Kentucky is sitting at 3-2 now. Thankfully, neither loss came in conference, so we're still in position to make the conference championship and win it. But even if we do, I don't know that we can make the college football playoff anymore. They practically require you to be undefeated if you're not in the SEC or the Big Ten. So it's going to be very rough trying to make it. But I think we still can as long as we win out from this point on and win the conference championship. We're just going to have to win every game by a huge margin of probably 21 points each time. But we can't worry about that today because it is the end of the video. So if you did enjoy, please do like and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. And also share the video. It helps me out. Once again, I appreciate it a lot. Also, check me out on Twitter and Twitch, both at MahMaximus. I'm going to be streaming after the ASU game on Saturday at about 6 p.m. Mountain Time. So if you want to come and watch me play some college football, some Madden, some Fortnite, I'm just going to be playing a lot of different games. So if you want to check that out, please do. It's going to be in the description. It'll be labeled under Watch Me Live. But yeah, that's all I have for you. So I'll see you in the next video. Have a good one.